So Keith, thanks for sitting down with me. So one thing I was wanting to know is, if an end user's not running a legacy Windows application, they're running a TE type session, is there still a reason to think about, the need to upgrade your devices?
Sure, because at some point, hopefully, they're going to want to expand the capabilities they have today, right? So if they have 100 Windows terminals, when they go to add 10 or 15 more terminals, that's going to be a problem, right? The chipsets are gone.
Good point,
Windows is
chipsets,
going to
okay.
stop.
I was wondering if you're going to say that,
Yeah.
chipsets.
So Windows is going to stop making the OS changes. Chipsets have already been stopped. We've done a last buy on those chips. I think the whole market has. So whatever's out there is out there, and that's it. So there's going to come a point where those 10 units they need are going to have to go in a different direction.
Okay,
Whether that's Windows 10 when it's available, or Android, or whatever, that's going to happen. So that's why we came out with All Touch TE, so they can have that same experience. It's Telnet if they want it to be green screen. They can turn it into a graphical interface if they want. It gives them that same flexibility. And the users, they want a tool. They don't want, they don't care if it's Windows or Android. It's a tool.
okay.
As long as it's a Telnet tool, it's a Telnet tool. They don't care.
So all the end users out there, there's such a large number of them, especially in this industrial heavy section of the country, that are still using TE.
About 10 million.
Okay, I didn't know that, but okay, about
Yeah.
10 million. So if they're still using TE, what are some of the benefits of going with the all-touch version of TE versus just sticking with TE that they're familiar with and used to?
Well, and that's the beauty of the All Touch TE. You can do it green screen, which is the old school world, right? You might have a curmudgeon or two that still want to stick with their green screens, what they've had forever. They don't want to change because people are resistant to change, right? But you're going to have your millennials, your 21, 22, 23-year-olds who are used to a touch experience, and that's what they're going to expect. They're going to look at the green screen and go, seriously? Where you give them an all-touch experience, they're okay with that, right?
Right.
It makes them a little more productive because that's what they're used to, that touch experience, where the green screen guy may be so used to that green screen and knowing what F function keys to hit, he may be more comfortable with that. Ultimately, though, it gives you the advantage to move them slowly from that green screen. Maybe you take all your younger people or all your progressive people, if you will, move those to the touch screen, and then these older guys who want to stick with the green screen, bring them along slowly.
Okay, so I was actually going to ask about that. So you can actually run it
Correct.
really in either mode. So if you have some older workforce and some younger workforce, you basically have the terminal run whichever way they want.
Correct. It's
Based on-
it's a window, right?
Yeah.
It's a win. So your system sits there, and all your terminal is a window into that system. So if you want to run a green screen view or touchscreen view, it's completely up to you.
Okay, so you said, maybe the younger workforce. I can only imagine that if you're an organization and you have maybe seasonal employees or high turnover,
Right.
the all-touch TE would be more, I'll say, well, user-friendly, yes, but probably
Intuitive.
easier to train, less
Yeah,
ramp-up time for
absolutely.
somebody coming on board or so forth.
Absolutely. You see it, you touch it, you're good to go. Everybody knows how to do touchscreen stuff nowadays. Where the green screen, you got to remember F5. Where's my F5? I got to find my F5. And that takes training rather than just touching the screen.
So training, and then also, it sounds like the way you're talking about it, productivity would be, you'd be able to increase
Huge,
productivity
yeah, huge
by
increase.
having touch. Instead of having to hunt for the key, then look, did I push the right button, and then look for the next prompt, you just push that button that's on the screen itself.
Correct. And let's say you have an AS400 screen that's got 8 function keys. You might only use 2 of those on a regular basis. Well, those are the 2 you can add to the primary screen and have those on a secondary screen that they use occasionally. Now I only have 2 things to hit instead of looking at which one I need to hit and hit. So there's a lot of productivity gains you can make.
That's a really good point, because I actually got the chance to see some of the keys, how you actually built the keypad, and they were able to choose which keys they wanted to screen, which keys they wanted to see on the screen, and which keys they didn't, and basically creating a customized keyboard just on the touch screen.
Yeah, have you ever seen SAP? I think 18 function keys, but you only really use 4 to 5 of them on a regular basis.
Good point.
So, just put those 4 or 5 on, and if they need that extra one, they can.
Excellent.
Do I need to scoot over?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good, Keith. All right, so thanks, Keith. Appreciate your
No
time
problem.
today. Thanks.